Hi, I'm James Brown. In case you missed it, this is the week that was at jamesbrowntv.substack.com. Go Bills. I'm back. This is commentary from James Brown. I wanted to start by saying thank you for your support. It's humbling and gratifying. And honestly, more than I thought it would be. Building your own following online is not easy work, especially with how my life has been the last 6 months or so. But brick by brick, day by day, here we are. And the results have given me hope for the future. With that being said, I'm bringing back the most popular thing I've done so far on Substack, my short commentaries. 5 days a week, I'll share the world from my lens. We'll talk about sports, we'll talk about life, and everything in between. The Chinese butterfly effect. This is commentary from James Brown. Have you ever heard of the butterfly effect? It's the idea that things that appear small can have an outsized impact on complex systems like factories. That's something the folks at Nestle learned recently. The food giant announced plans to close an Irish factory because of a change in China. About 500 people will likely lose their jobs. Why? The factory makes baby formula, and by all accounts, the Chinese birth rate is in free fall. Nestle claims that the number of newborn babies in China has declined sharply from some 18 million in 2016 to about 9 million expected this year. That is dragging down overall demand. And the parents of those 9 million children are more likely to use Chinese products. The birth rate drop is the latest echo of yet another butterfly effect, China's insane one-child policy, which went into effect in 1979, ironically because of fears of overpopulation. It was repealed in 2015. But the problem is, it takes 30 years to have more 30-year-olds to have all the babies. Let me know what you think at jamesbrowntv.substack.com. You can email me at jamesbrowntv@gmail.com or leave me a message at 585-484-0339. On that note, I'm James Brown, and as always, be well. Help the shy person. This is commentary from James Brown. The late Larry King talked to more people than just about anyone on earth. He conducted more than 5,000 television, radio, and podcast interviews. He died in January 2021. In his book, How to Talk to Anyone, Anytime, Anywhere, he laid out a few ideas about leading a conversation with a group of people. First, choose a topic that will involve everybody. Pick something broad that no one and everyone is an expert in. He advises that we avoid politics and too much office talk. That excludes so many people from our conversations. He says ask for opinions, even on a subject you're an expert in. Simply saying something like, "What do you think?" goes a long way. Be aware of who you're talking to. Every group is full of different personalities. Engage them. Help the shy person. If you know them, engage on topics you know they're comfortable on. If you don't know them, just ask for their thoughts. And of course, there's one I have to remember. Don't monopolize the conversation. You're not writing a book. You're dancing with partners. Be patient, and don't let your feet get entangled with theirs. He's a bad mother, shut your mouth. This is commentary from James Brown. Richard Roundtree is dead.
He's a complicated man, but no one understands him but his woman.
And that is the iconic theme from Shaft by the late Isaac Hayes. In his first film role, Roundtree played the role that made him famous, Shaft, John Shaft, a punchy, sarcastic, snarky black private eye, often credited as the first black action hero. He was a bad mother, shut your mouth.
The mob wanted Harlem back. They got Shaft up to here.
In the movie Shaft, a ragtag group of gangsters and African nationals took on the mob. The film quickly became one of the most famous blaxploitation films. In the 1970s, blaxploitation movies were often cheesy, raunchy, and violent, but they were also a giant leap forward for black creatives, in front of and behind the scenes, setting the stage for generations to follow. It also launched Roundtree's career. Over the course of a half-century, he starred in film and television roles in Roots, Desperate Housewives, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Seven, Speed Racer, Brick, and more. But for people like me, he'll always be Shaft, star of one of the first films I ever remember seeing. He died of pancreatic cancer. He was 81. Have you seen Shaft? Let me know what you think of it at jamesbrowntv.substack.com. Email me at jamesbrowntv@gmail.com or leave me a message at 585-484-0339. On that note, I'm James Brown, and as always, be well. The Long Slog Home. This is commentary from James Brown. I walked into the lobby of a downtown building surrounded by parking. It was there that I found a familiar, smiling, slender black woman behind a desk. She asked me, "Where have you been? It's been a busy time. I haven't been there as often as I used to." She understood and was glad I was back. It was the end of my mother's 4th month at a nursing home. I headed to the elevator and got off on the 4th floor. Such a strange place, strictly for the ill and the elderly. It's a sad place, a stinky place. No one wants to be there, even the staff, and I can't blame them. Pain and disappointment was everywhere. The expressions distant, and some of the eyes don't seem to be all there. Others just want to be somewhere else. My mother's room is at the end of a very long hallway. Her stay has now outlasted 3 roommates. One she talks to on the phone often. The other she wishes she could. And a third she honestly can't stand. She's dreading and looking forward to the next hour, physical therapy. It's the only way forward on the long slog home. At this point, the end is foggy. She's too weak to stand and needs too much help to go home. And the days and weeks and months are clumping together. Let me know what you think at jamesbrowntv.substack.com. You can email me at jamesbrowntv@gmail.com or leave me a message at 585-484-0339. On that note, I'm James Brown, and as always, be well.